Hi, I'm Audrey from Truly Silver, and today I'm going to show you how to do design stamps. Design stamps can be a little bit tricky because they've got quite a lot of detail on them. Here's an example of a little Christmas tree. So sometimes you don't pick up all the detail when you stamp them. They work best on aluminium, which is nice and soft and takes the stamp really well. Silver's pretty good for them as well. Anything much harder can be really difficult to get all the detail. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how I do design stamps to get lots of lovely detail that looks fantastic on your designs. So we've got two design stamps today. I'm going to show you the Christmas tree and another one which can be quite tricky, which is a little shooting star. It's quite hard to see. So first of all, like any time you're stamping, you get a bit of tape to line up your stamp. I'm just using a piece of aluminium today to show you as an example, but you could use these on any bits of jewellery and other bits and pieces like key rings maybe that you're making. So I get a piece of my tape, scissors, place it on your design where you want your little picture to go. Underneath here I've got my bench blocks, nice and solid, gives a nice solid background so that you get a good imprint. I'll start off with the Christmas tree. So we line it up by sliding the design stamp down onto the tape. You can slide it down till you feel it catch on the tape. Hold it nice and strong and solid with this hand. Other hand, your hammer, I use a £2 hammer because I feel like you get the best detail from my stamps, but you can use a household hammer, it's just probably have to hit a little bit harder. So when you're doing a design stamp, you're going to hit it straight and then you're going to tilt it, and by tilting it you pick up all the lovely detail. So I'll start by hitting it straight. I'm going to tilt it forwards, to the side, to the back and to the other side. So I'm hitting it 5 times in all, it's quite a lot of hitting. So I'll slide it on, one straight, one's to the back, side. Now when I've done that there, it is slid, and that is the tricky thing about stamping. So I'm going to try that again. I've maybe tilted it a bit too far. Also it's a little bit cold in here, so I'm getting a bit of condensation on here, so I'll just wipe that off. Let's try again. So, straight, tilt back, tilt to the side, tilt back. And that's come up pretty well. I'll lift it up. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see because it's quite hard. And you can see this one, that there's a little dent where it slid, whereas this one's come up nice and clear. I'll show you the star now. I find this shooting star particularly tricky for some reason. The middle doesn't stamp well. The more design you've got on a stamp, the harder it is to stamp because it's just so much more for it to pick up. Small letters stamp brilliantly because there's not much to them. So we'll make sure we're on the bench block. Slide down to catch the edge of the tape. One straight. Not too bad, but not the best, I have to say. This is a tricky one. You can see it's missed the middle. So we'll have another go. My bench block is quite slidey as well. Again, it's cold in here, so it's a little bit picking up the condensation, which makes it a bit wet and it slides. Another tip for if you're stamping things, it's good to tape them to your bench block. Because this is a bigger bit, it's too big to put on my bench block, but if I was using something smaller I would tape it to the bench block. So let's try that star again, see if we can get it. Also, it's a great idea to practice before you start doing things and all your lovely pieces of silver and all your lovely blanks. buy a piece like this. It's pretty cheap. This cost me about £5, maybe not even that. And it's great just for practicing. I use these when I do workshops. Right, let's try again. I'm going to give it a good whack straight on because I think that helps. And that one is a bit better. And then to finish off, what I usually do is get a permanent marker pen. I like the nice fine ones because you can get the detail into your letters and things if you're doing them. And I'll just go over these to show you them darkened. I'm really disappointed with this little shooting star because I love stars. It just doesn't take very well at all. The Christmas tree on the other hand has come out lovely. A good place to start with design stamps are simpler ones, like little hearts and little stars. I'll give this a little polish. Another tip for stamping is these little pads are called polish pads. They are fab for polishing off all your pen. Now I've ended up taking most of that pen off because I've not really let it dry. What we'll do is we'll let it dry for a wee minute while I show you another shape. You kind of have to give it a minute or two to dry. So while we're waiting for that, I'll show you one more design stamp. I've got some hearts that stamp beautifully. This one's a little curly heart. We've got a little beaded heart. Stamps like this one and this one. Little hearts. Super easy and come out beautifully, especially if they're just an edging one. The more solid ones like that, which is a solid star, are trickier, whereas the outline like this, little outline star, they're fab. Let's show you a couple of these. I find the rounded stamps harder to use. It's harder to get them square on, the square stamps, but these are quite nice, these ones. Let's have a look. So we line up. Oh, that one's come out good. They are really good. Can you see them? Just here. Come out really nicely. I'll blacken them just to show you. Colour them in. And we'll polish off the Christmas tree and the shooting star. Shooting star is disappointing. It's not coming out well at all. Unfortunately, that's just what it's like with design stamps. Some are great, some not so good. The little hearts look fab. A great place to buy these is online. You get them on Amazon, you get them on lots of jewellery making websites. Design stamps, maybe about £6 or £7 you can usually pick these up. If you're near America you can get tons of them, even cheaper. I'll show you these. So you can see the little hearts are gorgeous. They've come up really well. Christmas tree's pretty good. Shooting star, not the best. So that's design stamping. It's a bit of a tricky business, but if you keep practicing you'll get good at it and you can make some really nice pieces of jewellery key rings and things like that with it. All of these things I use to make my jewellery and cutlery that I sell on my website, which is an Etsy shop. My shop is called Truly Silver, so pop over to Etsy, have a look at some of my lovely designs. Thanks for watching, bye!